take on the world. Don't be afraid, there's no better person, time or place. Fight till you win, don't ever give in. You know that you were born to take on the world. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Take on the world. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Good morning, people. It's Girl Up Day. I am just heading to Girl Up with my Sprinkle Donut Crunch. Sprinkle Donut Crunch. That's the best cereal ever. So I didn't have breakfast yet because it's like in the morning. Like we gotta like go. My mom is like, we can probably catch a taxi, but I prefer the Lyft.
Good morning, DC. We're at the Ronald Reagan International Center for, why are we here?
For Girl Up. I don't think we can enter that building.
It says enter. What?
Of a diva. So you guys are the real divas.
Yes, well, we're so excited about today. Yesterday was incredible. I think this is, every year, this summit just keeps getting better and better. And we really wanted to just have some fun, liven up the mood. Hopefully you guys can join us when we finish up
ourselves.
the morning. Yeah.
Absolutely.
In the morning. So we definitely have busy lives, we live busy lives, so that's something that we have to work through and figure out how to balance. And then just living our lives online definitely is another struggle because we get so much support, but there's always going to be the negative in the life too, and that's something we had to overcome for sure.
Awesome, I can relate.
Like Girl Up, Secret Deodorant supports young women who redefine feminine strength. Secret understands and takes.
Hi guys! Hi Mari! How's everyone doing this morning? Good. Mari and I were deciding backstage what dance move we were gonna come into this talk in, and Mari came up with the best dance move I've ever seen in my life. Do you wanna show the crowd one more time? Ready? You can move right now. I love it. It's great. So I'm sure all of you know all about Mari, but if you don't, she is also known as Little Miss Flint. And although she's a little bit younger than me, like a couple years, you have made a tremendous impact and really begun a conversation around environmental racism and around the water crisis in Flint. So when you were only 8 years old, you wrote a letter to President Obama, as we all do, when we're 8 years old, and it was published in the LA Times, and you actually met President Obama and met President Trump. You are also the youngest youth ambassador for the Women's March, and we met at the Women's March, where you told me your plans to run for president, which we'll talk about later. I'm gonna press you on that. And you've been featured in Teen Vogue, Vice, NBC, Vox, and all of our news feeds. So we're all so tremendously excited to have you here with us this morning. Mari, thank you. So as I said before, you're known for your activism around the Flint water crisis, and you have been a tremendous advocate for women's rights. When did you decide that you were gonna be a total badass? When did you decide to become an activist? Which is the same thing, a badass activist. Like a really, engaged young girl in the world? A couple years ago?
I forgot.
You forgot when? Did you just like come out of the womb? You were just like already an activist that was already inside of you and you just sort of started talking about it to other people?
I think it was after when I met the president.
After you met the president?
I think.
You think?
Yeah, I think.
So wait, how did it feel to meet the president?
He was amazing. He was super, super, duper nice to me. And he even picked me up when I ran up to him, and he felt like a warm bear with a warm, fuzzy blanket all over him when I hugged him. His coat was so soft.
Oh, I love it. Was it everything you imagined?
Yep.
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 And did you always know that you were going to meet the president? No. I'm guessing no. It just sort of happened?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And you also met President Trump, and you had that picture go viral. How did that feel?
I mean, seriously, people, it's funny, but not that funny anymore. Just because it went viral doesn't mean, he acts like a 2-year-old sometimes. He really does.
So awesome. For those of us who are not familiar with the Flint water crisis, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So the people who I can't say control it, but just say that they wanted to save some money, so they switched our water source to the Flint River, and they didn't treat the water, so the Flint River ate away the pipes, and then the pipes was causing lead and other bacterial and bacteria stuff in the water, which made legionnaires, which meant that people were dying, kids were even dying too.
Right, and you wrote that letter, you met with the president. What kind of actions happened as a result of your activism? What changed after you wrote that letter? Yeah. Did politicians started listening about the water crisis and do something about it?
Nope.
Nothing happened?
Nope.
And
Much.
not much. Not enough.
Much.
Okay. What would you like to happen? What do you wish the politicians would do?
Well, I really do wish that we could get clean water in Flint.
I think that's a really realistic goal, and should be something that all politicians are able to give their citizens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. And I also want to talk about the Women's March. I know that a lot of girls who are here today were present at the Women's March in their own cities and towns and here in DC. And we met also at the Women's March, and we talked for a little while, but I would love for you to tell us about your experience walking in the Women's March and being the youngest youth ambassador who was present. Was it fun?
Yes, it was powerful.
Yeah, that's true. Were you shocked that there were so many people who showed up, or did it feel really cool?
Yes.
Yes, yes. How did it make you feel that morning when you saw all those girls and those women and men walking?
I was like, wow.
Wow.
So many people.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing, right? And did you march all day? Did you meet tons of interesting people and activists?
Yeah.
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 I'm sure a lot of them were excited to meet you. I was like really pumped. And in our little chat, you told me that you were intending to run for president, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about that?
I run for president in 2044. I can take all the votes I can. Wait a minute. And if any of y'all try to run against me, you know I'm gonna win.
Or if anyone wants to be your campaign manager, you know, or work on your team, I'm sure many girls here would love to talk, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That would be possible.
Yeah, anything is possible for sure. Okay, so my last question is, so the theme today for the conference is channeling your passions into action. And there's no greater model, I think, in this room than you. You've really taken the things that you're passionate about and have, you know, really taken active steps to change what you want to change in the world. So what's your advice for us? What's your advice for the young girls in the room who are wondering how you become an activist and really become active in the things that you care about? Would you tell them to maybe feel confident? Like sometimes were you ever, I can't do this is too hard. All these politicians are so mean.
Feel confident and don't be nervous, just how I am right now.
Yeah, that does take a lot of courage to come up here and be in the spotlight and speak about the things that you care about.
Well, I mean, there's so many people. My mom said that I'm used to talking in front of a whole bunch of people. Not like this. I mean like 1,000 million. Just like at the Science March. There was a whole bunch of people. Because I got to talk with Dr. Mona. And if any of you don't know who Dr. Mona is, and I'm sure you guys don't know who she is, she's a pediatrician in Flint, and she found out that kids were getting lead poisoned.
So you got to talk to her?
Yeah, I got to talk with her because she was the one who made one of my speeches. So yeah, she made one of my speeches, and so I got to talk with her. And then it was raining because I had did it in Washington for the Science March, and it was really raining. So like I was super cold, but I had dealt with it, and then I had got through, and I just felt a little bit nervous and confident at the same time.
Oh.
And then the world, and then that's when I had talk, and then that's how I felt myself confident.
Oh, I love it. So food is important if you feel nervous. So it's normal to feel nervous and confident at the same time. Do you often feel those two things at the same time?
Yes.
Yes? Like right before you went on stage today, right? It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but what did you tell yourself in that moment so that you'd be able to walk on stage and do your dance? Did you tell yourself something in your head?
Nope.
Nope? Okay, so
Nope.
calm the chatter, basically. Don't listen to some of the negative voices that tell you you can't do things, and just do it, right? But that's your advice? I think that's great advice. Thank you so much, Mari. Thank you, everyone, for being here this morning. This is totally my idea. No, I'm kidding. So, of course, Mari would like if everyone could stand up because she's going to teach you a dance. Yeah. Okay, so keep your mic, or I'll speak. Okay, I'll hold both mics. So, okay, do you want to show us the move?
We'll take 'em down. We'll take 'em down. We'll take 'em down.
Alrighty.